Police, fire or ambulance?
Police, thank you.
Police, from what state and town?
Victoria, Traralgon.
It was autumn time, it was about 2:30 on the Saturday afternoon. So I was travelling down to Paynesville to go down, make sure the boat was right and get it all ready to be slipped. It was just a beautiful day, a pleasant day to be driving down there.
It's strange in that when you knock on that door, before you even say anything, it's as if the family know what you're going to tell them. And when you're trying to tell a mum or a dad or a brother or a sister or a son or a daughter that their loved one has been killed, you can't help but notice the pictures on the walls, and you see the pictures of the one big happy family. You join those dots in your own head, and it can be heartbreaking, and it's very, very hard to keep it together yourself.
It just happened so quickly, I just didn't know what had happened. It's only when you see the video afterwards that's when you see, in slow motion, you actually see the car hit the barrier just with a flash onto the right. You just don't, I couldn't describe it. Without the barriers, we would have hit head on.
It's really important on regional roads to have barriers on both the left and also the centre as well where possible. And what those wires do is they're under tension, and as the vehicle impacts the wire, they capture the vehicle almost a bit like a net, and they bring it to a stop in a controlled way. But instead of transferring the energy to the vehicle, they absorb the energy, and it results in the barrier sacrificing itself effectively for the safety of the occupants in the vehicle. There's been a lot of research done, particularly in Sweden, into the efficiency of wire wrap barrier in preventing death and serious injury.
Safety barriers is a very big part of this work, and since 1997 we have been working a lot with medium barriers to protect people from head-on collisions. And this is a very important and very successful work. And so far we have approximately 80% reduction of fatalities on this type of roads.
Here in Victoria, with a more limited length but expanding length of wire wrap barrier, we have nearly 5,500 impacts with barriers.
A future safe system needs safe speeds on safe roads with people driving safe cars. It's also important that we make our roads as safe as possible by implementing the appropriate measures, such as safety barriers. These barriers are designed to keep you on the road, keep you safe, stop you from veering on the other side of the road and crashing into somebody else.
Crashes are not something that happen only when you're wildly drunk or on drugs or travelling at very high speeds. It's something that can happen when we're just going about our everyday business. Everybody makes mistakes, and we have to make sure that when these mistakes are made, they are not killed or seriously injured.
You've just got to look along the course of many major roads and you'll see little white crosses. And there's a number of locations along the Hume Freeway particularly where there's multiple crosses. And that location has unfortunately taken people out of our community and loved ones from families. But as a result of the wire wrap barriers being installed, it saved someone else's life.
We're finding that the cars have been stopped by the flexible safety barrier as opposed to being wrapped around a tree or another vehicle. Many of our casualties experience a lot less trauma and in most instances are able to walk away from the vehicle.
It's the family impact That's the issue around these safety initiatives. It is real people, real safety.
We can have less and less road trauma on our roads with engineering solutions such as wire-up safety barriers. It's only got to save one life.
I wasn't thinking that my life would be cut short, but it could have been. Because now I've got grandkids and they've got a grandfather, and that's so important.